All right, this is what we call a hexagonal prism. And if you look, oops, we don't want all that. If you look right here, we have that name, hexagonal prism. Now, what is a hexagonal prism? It is how many sides? 6 sides, right? So on this picture right over here, I broke down the base. Now the base shape is not what it is sitting on. The base shape is what we use to identify the type of prism it is. Okay? So in this case, it is a hexagonal prism because the base shape is a hexagon. And on prisms, you have 2 parallel shapes. In this case, they're the hexagons. And then you have rectangles that close it in. Okay? So that's what makes a prism a prism. And so what we need to do to find the surface area is start by finding the area of the hexagons. You remember how we do that? How do you find the area of a hexagon? Remember, we have to find the area of one triangle first. So what's that, Bailey? What do you have to do? You will end up multiplying it by 6. How do I find the area of one triangle first? You guys remember, we got to find a base. Triangle is 1/2 times base times height. So remember, base and height on the triangle is a little tricky. We look for our perpendicular relationship. So what is perpendicular to each other on the triangles? And remember, that would be from the center to the outside. So what 2 measurements? What? The 12 is this measurement right here. So that has nothing to do with the hexagons, does it? It is 4, right? You're going to do 1/2 times 4 times what? What is perpendicular to my 4s? 3.5. That's why they wrote this right here, and they put a little right angle next to it to show you that it's perpendicular. So look for those right angles. So we're going to put 3.5 right here. All right, so, and then Bailey, you said we had to multiply all of this times 6, right? Because we got 6 of these. So everybody punch it into your calculator. 1/2 times 4 times 3.5 times all 6. Elizabeth. Punching this into our calculator, what do we get? Amir? 7. What? You get 7 for the first part, then we got to take it times 6, which is? 42. So 42 is the area of one hexagon, right? So I'm going to write that number down over here, 42. That's one hexagon. All right, now what do I do? Not multiply by 12. You just found the volume of this thing. Volume is area of the base times the height of the whole thing. Well, we're not there yet. Okay, so 42 was the area of one hexagon, right? This whole thing. So now what do I do? So basically, I just found the area of this hexagon on the bottom here. I got to find the area of the rest of the shape. So what do? How many hexagons do I have? 2 of them, right? So I'm going to write that number down twice because I got the same hexagon up top. All right. Now I got to find the area of my rectangles that close in this prism. So what are the dimensions of the rectangles? What? 4 and 12. So we're going to go 4 times 12. Now, how many of those rectangles are there? 6. Are they all the same? Yeah. So I can just take that 4 times 12 times 6. Which is, Bailey? 288. Is that what you said? All right. So now I have my sides, my side rectangles, 288. Each hexagon, top and bottom, 42 and 42. Put them all together. What do I get? 82. Now we got to add the 288. So 82 plus, or it'll be 84. 84 plus 288 is what, Matt? 372 square centimeters is my final answer. And this is all the work you need to show me. It's not a whole lot of work. It's a lot more than what Mr. Klein is asking of the other classes. Look at what we're doing with the other classes. Okay, so it breaks down each hexagon, and then we got to do the same thing for each side, and then we put it all together. Okay, what about this one now? Whew. What type of prism is this? A triangular prism. So what is the base shape? Who remembers what I said base means on prisms? Is the base what it's sitting on? I'm sorry, people at home. The people in this class are not awake. So when I wait on them, it takes a lot longer to get through this. What is the base shape? Lorelai? Oh, rectangle is what it's sitting on, right? But that's not the base shape. Remember, we said the base shape is what we use to identify the type of prism. So what? Right, if it's a triangular prism, the base shape is a triangle. So if I say, what is the area of the base? We got to find the area of this triangle. All right, so let's do that. Front triangle, what are we going to do? We already got the half right here. So a half times what? Now you know. 4.5 and what's perpendicular to the 4.5? 6. Right? We look for, anytime you're finding area of a triangle, look for that perpendicular measurement. Which 2 sides are perpendicular? That's why they put that right angle symbol in there. So, punch it on your calculator. 4.5 times 6 times a half. What'd you get, Bailey? All right, so that's one triangle. Now, you don't have to write this all down twice. I would just write the number down twice. 13.5, I'll write another 13.5. All right. Now, if I draw a net here, this is what it looks like. I've got my bottom rectangle. What are the dimensions of that bottom rectangle? 15 and 7.5. So that's going to be right here, 15 times 7.5. Remember, you just go base times height on rectangles. What is that? 112.5. All right. Then we've got a rectangle off to the right. And then we've also got a rectangle off to the left. So let's go left. What are the dimensions of that rectangle off to the left? 7.5. Lorla? 4.5. Right, 4.5 and 15. Notice all the rectangles are going to be 15, right? 15 by something. So we're going to go 15 by 4.5 on this one. What is that? Amir? 67.5. What is it? 67.5. 67.5. All right, now the right side. What are the dimensions of the right side rectangle? That one's 6 by 15. Yep. So 15 times 6 is what? 90. Okay, so you see why I had to write all three of those down? Because all three of those rectangles were a little different. So now if I ask you to draw a net, we would just toss the triangle in somewhere on here. Right? And you can see how the 4.5 matches up with the rectangle and the triangle. The 6 would match up right here on the rectangle and the triangle. So what do I get when I put all this together? 285. Is that what everybody got? What'd you get? 297. Who agrees? With who? What'd you get, Amir? If I remember correctly from the last class, I believe it is 297. And that would be square inches. Questions? All righty. You gets to try one now. Go ahead, try it. And then we will go over it. What do we got? Front triangle, what are the dimensions? Front triangle, what are the dimensions we need? Remember, anytime you find the area of a triangle, we're looking for perpendicular measurements. What are they, Maya? Excellent. 35 and 24, because we're looking for that perpendicular measurement on the triangle. So that's 1/2 times 35 times 24 is what, LJ? 420. Now I'm going to write that down twice, right? Because I got 2 of those. Okay, rectangles. What's the bottom? How about some new people? What's the bottom one? Mariana. What's the bottom one? Excellent. 24 by 42. Right, that bottom rectangle. What's that? 25 times 42 is? What? 1008. Okay, left side. What are the dimensions of that left side rectangle? Lorelai? 37 and 42. What is that? What's 37 times 42? Bailey?
1554.
You said 1554? And then the right side rectangle. Amir? Right, it's the same as the left side because it is an isosceles triangle, right? So that's another 1554. And what do I get when I put it all together? Amir, what'd you get? 4,956. Is that what you said? How many people got 4,956 on this? Oh, how many of you were close? All right. See, learn from your mistakes, right? Figure out what you did wrong. Don't do it again. Well, try not to do it again, right? Okay, let's look at this one. You get this one right, you can start your homework. So go. Okay, so what we had to start with was breaking down this base hexagon into triangles. So we said 1/2 times 6.9 times 8. When I did that, that's the area of one triangle. So 1/2 times 6.9 times 8. What else do I have to do then? How many triangles do I get on a hexagon? LJ? I got to take it times 6 because I have 6 of those triangles on there. And as I was walking around, that's what you guys were missing, right? That 6. So what is 1/2 times 6.9 times 8 times 6? LJ? 165? Was it 165 or 156? Is that right, everybody? Yeah? Would you? Oh, well. Next one then is the back hexagon is also the same, 165.6. Now we got to do our rectangles. So what are the dimensions of each rectangle? Bailey?
165.
Oh, you're agreeing with the 165.6? Is that what you said? You agree with it? What?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the rectangles? 8 and 24 for each of those, which is how many? What is that? What? 192. And we end up getting 6 of those too, don't we? So you can write them all down, or you could just go 192 times 6, right? Which is what? What? 50 what? 2? Okay, so now I got to add my hexagons and my rectangles. So 165.6 plus 165.6 and 1152. And you should get a grand total of 1483 point what? Was it 0.6? What is it? Somebody that got it right. Tell me. 0.2? Square inches. Okay. Homework is online digits, so go ahead and try it.